Okay, so a year ago, I came across a lot of creators and designers online trying to get design awards, and obviously, I was hooked. So I decided to try to get a design award as well, and I spent 4 months. I didn't plan to spend that long, but I ended up spending 4 months building the most visual website I could and submitting it for to try and get a design award on awards.com, and I didn't know I had to pay for it, honestly. But I just decided to pay for it, and then I gave it a few days or maybe a week, and I got a response back, and turns out I got honorary. I'm not sure if that's counted as an award. I think the lowest level is you don't get anything at all, and then there's honorary, and then there's site of the day. So I'm not sure if honorary is counted as an award. Maybe it's those kind of awards where, like, because you participated and you look like you tried, so they just give you something. I don't know, but I think it's a good show-off piece. I think I built something that's decent. It looks nice. It looks nice. So since I've already built it, why not talk about it, right? So I guess that's why I'm making this video, trying to document my process and sort of talk through the lessons I've learned in my whole process of building this. So disclaimer, this is a concept, this isn't a real project. And if you're looking for some formula or some conversion trick or tips, this isn't it, I guess, because there's no way for me to prove that this website got results, and to be fair, it didn't. So this is really just how to build a website that looks like that, and how I use Figma and Framer to build this website. Technically, the first step was to go to ChatGPT to make up a fake brand. Another thing, this project was quite long ago. When I completed it, it was almost half a year ago. And then the reason why it took so long, also because I had a lot of other things going on. I think I just enlisted, and then it's either I just enlisted or I had other projects going on. So this wasn't a very good idea, I think, at that time to take on this challenge, but I decided to do it. I don't know why, I don't know what's wrong with me. But I guess if you compress all the times I actually worked on this, it's probably like 4 weeks. Then once ChatGPT gave me a fake brand, so they gave me Nexa, which is a customer support AI agent for software startups. And it's a pretty basic use case for AI lah. Use it for customer support, use it for the repetitive questions and the annoying customers that keep getting back at you and keep trying to annoy you of all the things that they're facing or the problems they're facing. So one of the reasons I chose this was also because it will be applicable to most software teams, I guess, because this is a pretty standard use case. Once I got that, I ran through my typical strategy slide deck to extract all the details I need, like the brand tone, the brand message, all that kind of stuff. To be fair, this is a concept, so I sort of had the creative flexibility to choose what I want. So I decided at the beginning that I wanted a dark website, because I'd never done a dark website before. So I was like, this is a good chance. And I wanted something premium and something expressive with a lot of like product demos, that kind of stuff. So that was the direction I was taking it, and then I draw in some references and inspirations to see how I can lay everything out. And then I came up with a sitemap. So originally this was supposed to be a 1-pager, but I wanted in the middle of the process while I was doing this, I thought maybe I could submit it as a Framer template. But TLDR, I didn't, because it's too complicated. Like there's too many different things going on in this website. It's not template friendly because it's not the easiest to edit, especially if you don't know how to use Framer. Even if you do know how to use Framer, it's quite troublesome to make the changes that you want, especially to all the product demos. So instead of just one page, there's now a blog page and a sub-blog page. And then the other stuff like the privacy policy and the 404 page. And then I started the design process, right? And I really tried to blitz through this as fast as possible. I just like spit out all sorts of layout I could. And then for the longest of time, I stick to this one specific hero version. A week or two later, I decided to change it, and then I spent a bit more time changing it. So there was a lot of back and forth, because since there isn't a timeline, there isn't a creative limit, I could just explore, right? So I decided to just like, fuck it, just keep trying different shit. Oh, I also bought a premium font, or I don't know whether it's counted as premium, but I bought a font just for this project because why not, right? I mean, it's not expensive. I mean, because this was going to be a concept, there isn't going to be a lot of people that's going to visit this page. So I bought like the lowest tier of the font pricing plan. And it was like $20 or $30. It's called SK Modernist. And I think it's a pretty nice font. I think it suits this project pretty nicely. For the colors, I just went for a neutral color palette, the 60-30-10 rule. And for the accent color, it was this orange. Like I had like a few shades of orange so that I can use it in different situations. But the primary accent was orange. Once I designed all the pages in Figma and then I brought it over to Framer, that's where the motion and bringing everything to life kicks in. And it was quite tragic because one thing that I really had to prepare first, right, was the video, the hero video. And it was not easy, bruh. Like, I was trying really hard to come up with the best quality video. But for some reason, whatever platform that I use, whatever AI platform that I use, there's always a bit of graininess or it looks a little pixelated and stuff like that. And I was so frustrated. I think I spent weeks on just the video itself, trying to create the video. I explored with all sorts of AI platforms you could find, like VO3, Kling, Runway. And the one that I always default to is Midjourney, because Midjourney is where one of the first few image generation platforms. Oh my god. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Hopefully this mic is good enough, but there's a lot of shouting going on. I think it's just my sister being my sister. I am in quite a atypical Asian family. Actually, I don't know whether it's atypical or not. Maybe your family's like this, I don't know. Yeah, so my usual default for images is Midjourney. Midjourney rolled out video generation, I think around last year or 2 years ago, for 1080p HD. For some reason, it was the best quality that I could produce the videos at. Maybe because I produced the images there. I don't know. Even VO3 couldn't create a quality video, so it kind of sucked. Anyways, I defaulted back to Midjourney, and the video, I got all the clips from Midjourney, and then I stringed everything together and put everything together on CapCut. There's also this audio. Maybe I can play it right now. Hold on.
Hey, welcome to Nexa, a customer support AI agent for startups. You're hearing what support can sound like with Nexa. Calm, clear,
I just
and helpful.
made it on CapCut. While I was making the video, I just decided to make the audio also. Oh, I forgot to mention that during the strategy portion, I also wanted to have an audio aspect to this website because I think I saw one of the inspirations, or there was this website that used an audio experience kind of like that, and I was like, maybe it's something that I can try out and see whether Framer could actually do this. Yeah, then I decided to make the audio at the same time while I was making the video and put it in. Pretty neat. The next most headache part was the product demo, the one with the mobile screen. Oh my god, bruh. Because having to time everything together, if you look beneath the layers in Framer, there's a lot of shit going on. There's actually a lot of shit going on. Maybe I could have structured it better. I mean, now me, if I were to work on this project again, would probably have structured it a lot differently. But regardless whether I was how I structured it, it would have been very technical either way, because there's a lot of different parts that came into this section, not to mention the mobile responsiveness version. Because on the mobile version, it looks completely different, and the original plan was to just shrink everything down and put a mobile screen on the mobile version, which makes no sense. Yeah, because there's so little real estate already, so it doesn't make sense to put it in. But at the end of the day, I managed to do an effect like this. I think it's pretty okay. The only thing is there's this glitch where if I click on it, for some reason, in certain moments when I click on it, it just doesn't show the progress bar very well. It just shows the progress bar completely done, which is not supposed to be the case, right? But you know what? I'm so done with this because I spent so long doing this. I just didn't want to try and fix this anymore. So yeah, fuck it. Honestly, then the rest was pretty straightforward. It's not the most complex things I've done. Like the rest were pretty simple, like all these animations. It was pretty simple. Yeah, not gonna lie. Yeah, what can I say? For the motion part, I wanted something obviously premium, but I wanted it to be snappy enough because I see a lot of websites online where it's like the whole shit is just animation, and you just have to wait for the animation to be done for you to read what the fuck this company is about. Okay, I don't want to say it doesn't work because I don't know that, but I'm pretty sure different market works differently, and different stages of a company works differently as well. My rule of thumb for my own design sense is I want it to be user friendly. I want people to feel like they can immediately understand what this company is about. So instead of giving it long loading animations, I just decided to play around a little bit with the scrolling animation. That's why there's the overlay, or like the feeling of it being covered. I think it's called parallax or something like that. And then the whole product demo section, because there isn't any scrolling problems. It's just purely like a video kind of. So I didn't want to interrupt the scrolling experience at all. I just try to add a few things that enhance the whole experience, like the audio as well. And the good thing about animation, I don't think it's very talked about, is that animation helps to increase the visual hierarchy, which in my opinion is the only thing that really makes a website good or look good. Because it's rooted in human psychology that we just don't like to think when we are consuming. We just don't like to think. So when you have animations that load things one at a time, it guides your eyes to know what to look at first. And it just makes it feel nice. Get what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, and then I published it, and then I sent it to awards, and I got it honorary. So I think it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's a good show-off piece. I definitely don't want to do another project like this ever again. Hopefully this helped you in some way, whether you're creating your own website and stuff like that. Hopefully this helped you, and if you want to see some of my works, it's below. And I forgot to introduce myself. God damn it. Yeah, but hi, my name is Jaeyi. I am a visual designer, web designer. I build websites for software, B2B software brands. And the goal of doing content like this is to document my process, and more importantly, hopefully convince potential clients to want to work with me. So yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Oh shit! I forgot to connect to my mic. Oh my god. I don't want to do this video again. Hey, I want the camera back on because I wanted to share a little bit on. After every session, that's supposed to be me. After every session, I chug a lot of water. Like, my throat is very dry right now, and I talk very soft. And I talk very slow, intentionally now, because I get very worn out. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's a me thing. But it's very impressive when I see creators online and they just keep going, they just keep going, and they're so loud, or they sound very loud. They sound like they're really projecting in your face, And I just don't know how they do that, right? And after every session, I really have to just keep drinking water. So yeah.